Hi, this is Jim with ProfitTraining.com. I hope you're having a great day. The S&P is in an uptrend. It's making higher lows. Today was a bullish day. Excuse me. So odds are that higher prices are ahead for the S&P. Bonds are making a lower high, and they could go up and make a double top, but it wouldn't surprise me if a lower high is if they just head lower straight from here. But they could come up and make a double top. Either way, it's going to be a bearish divergence on the 14-day stochastic, so I think a top is in or close to being in for bonds. The dollar has made a double top, and again, that's either a top is in or it's close to being in. It could trade a little higher from here, but it's a divergence on the stochastics. It's right at the double top level, and today was kind of a reversal bar down. Now, this could trade a little higher yet here, but I wouldn't be surprised if the top's in for the dollar. So I'm looking for lower prices for the dollar. Again, if not Monday or whatever, soon. Cocoa made a sharp down day yesterday, but the trend is still up. It's above the bands here. It came down and tested the band above the bands here. Came down and tested the last low here, so it's making higher lows. So this is all bullish. It is below the bands here. Today was a reversal inside bar, and I wouldn't be surprised to see cocoa continue higher from here. That's what I would expect to happen in cocoa. Especially if gold and silver rallies from here, then that will tend to carry the other commodities higher with them. So if the dollar's at a top, all these other commodities like cocoa and coffee and sugar are probably going to head higher from here. This little uptrend so far is probably just a start, even though it looks like a big move off the low, which, I mean, this is a pretty big move off the low, but this could just be the start. There's going to be pullbacks on the way. This is September coffee. Big move off the low so far, and that big move could lead to a lot higher prices from here. Pretty much the same story in sugar. A nice move off the low and bullish action. It's above the bands, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this market head much higher from here. Okay, yeah, above the bands is bullish, so that's we're staying bullish sugar. Now we'll take a look at crude. Crude oil looks like it's put in a bottom. And it kind of traded above the bands, and then it made a little pullback, and now it looks like it's going back up above the bands. So made this move off the low, and then it kind of made a little test. They'll do this. This is pretty classic market action. It makes the first move up, and then it makes a test lower, and then now it's looks like it's heading higher. The stochastics is bullish. The bands are bullish. If it takes out this pivot high, odds are with higher prices for crude. So I'm expecting crude to, head up here somewhere. Who knows? You just got to take that day by day, but it definitely looks like it's heading higher. Gold has been sideways, and it's gonna break one way or the other soon, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna break higher. I just think there's gonna be a lot of inflationary things happening in these markets, the money situation and everything. They're gonna probably have to print more money, do another quantitative easing to get the economy going, and that's just when they print money, that's bullish for gold. So gold is actually gold I think made the bottom back here on this double bottom, and these higher lows are bullish. And today was a big up day for gold, so I just expect gold to continue higher from here. It, like I mentioned before in like yesterday's video, I mean it could come down here and make another double bottom or a new low down in this area, but I think this is it for gold. I think this higher low is I think yesterday, Thursday's low, was a low for the market. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay, we'll look at lean hogs, I guess, next. Real quick here. Lean hogs made a sharp move off the high so far. And we actually went short lean hogs in the premium newsletter today. That comes up here. Okay, see how they made a, this is October lean hogs, made a double top here on a bearish 14, excuse me, on a bearish 14-day stochastics reading, and the stochastic is hooked down. So now lean hogs is trading below the band, so odds are with the downside from here. I'm looking for lean hogs to continue lower from here. Live cattle is next, and pretty much the same picture. It is broken below the bands, and it looks like it's going to continue lower. Okay, live cattle made lower highs here. Oftentimes lower highs mean the sellers are kind of gaining control of the market, and with this move below the bands here and the stochastics has hooked over, odds are with lower prices in live cattle. So I'm bearish live cattle right now. Okay, now we'll look at the grains. There's no doubt what's going on with the grains. They're in a big uptrend. I think for the grains, let's see here. We'll put on the directional movement indicator, and that's the one we've been kind of looking at. When a market gets in a strong uptrend, like the grains are, the directional movement, it's a good indicator to keep an eye on. And it is kind of flattening out here, 48, 48.25, 48.50, 49, but it's still making new highs. And as long as that's the ADX reading I was just looking at, whenever this red line is, which is the ADX line of the directional movement indicator, whenever that's still making new highs, that puts the odds with higher prices. And just the strength of the move, a top's not in. Now this thing could get choppier than it's been. It's been kind of straight up here. We could have some sharp pullbacks, but the overall trend is up, and the top's not in for corn by any means. I mean, they just don't make the top on when the momentum's at its peak, which it is right now on the directional movement. I would say corn's going to surprise people on the upside even more than it already has. Beans, same picture, strong uptrend, strong above the bands, new ADX high. The red line is the ADX, or the directional movement indicator. And basically all systems are go for higher prices in beans. And same thing for wheat. And I live in Iowa here, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and next week we're expecting like 90-degree weather all week again and no rain. So we did get some rain today, but it's just not when it rains, it's just not sticking around. It evaporates so fast, so that I took the dog out for a walk this afternoon, and I was expecting to see a bunch of puddles of rain around because it rained all morning and earlier this morning, and there was like no rain out there. So it's just that type of year where it's just dry out there, and it just, when it does rain, it just sucks it up or evaporates. And okay, here's wheat again making a new ADX high here. So this market's still got upside left in it. And I'm sure it's probably the same picture for oats. And let's see what oats looks like. Okay, yeah, that red ADX line is just moving strong up, and that is bullish for commodities. So when a red ADX line is moving straight up, whatever commodity you're following, that means higher prices ahead. So thanks for listening to my video. I greatly appreciate it. I hope that helps, and we'll take a look at the markets again next week. Thanks.